How do you do it? What's going on, guys? Paul August. Hey, so this question came up on the Launch 27 group. I printed it out and I wanted to answer it and step by step exactly what we do. I know some people already answered it on their method, and I want everybody to understand that there's more than one way to do anything. All right, so you don't have to follow my method per se. I'm just gonna tell you what works for me and my company. So the question came from Marcus Shields, and he asked, how do you do it? How do you handle laundering and restocking microfiber towels and mop heads? How do you handle logistics of getting supplies and equipment to cleaning teams? How do you use an office space or a storage locker? Do you order supplies on Amazon or some other provider you have delivered and have it delivered? How do you handle security access to your office space, storage and cleaning teams, delivery people? Trying to make sense of all this. It seems to be a massive undertaking. So this is more or less for people who have employees and not using independent contractors. This is an awesome list of questions here. So let me handle the laundering first. So we actually don't handle any of that ourselves. Our team members are given enough cloths, mop heads, microfiber mop heads, that they do their own laundry. Now, they get enough that they're not doing it every single week. They're doing it about 2 to 3 times a week. So they have enough that they can rotate out. We don't pay them for that. And this has never been a question or an issue at all in our company. We pay them that enough that this is basically nothing to them. And it really costs approximately $2 to $3 a load. So that's how we handle that. The next question is, how do you handle the logistics of getting supplies and equipment to cleaning teams? All right, awesome. So I guess this question can be interpreted a couple ways. So are we getting the supplies to them while they're in the field? Somebody's running low on something. So we try to avoid that, where somebody might be running low and we have to bring supplies to them. That hasn't been an issue in our company for years, although it used to be back in the days before we had checklists on everything that's required to be in your caddy and before you even leave to do a job. So in terms of supplies, all of our this is actually going to answer another question. So our team members have access to our office 24/7. We have a lockbox outside, which they all get the keys to, and they come in and they can top up their supplies. All of our supplies are in shelves. We have the 5-gallon jugs, and they just fill it when they need to. In terms of getting equipment, when they need certain equipment, maybe they need a new feather duster, they let us know in advance, and what we do is we just leave it out for them with their name, and when they come to the office, they can get that. Now, you might be wondering, Paul, what about security? What happens if somebody comes in and steals something? I can tell you everything out there is just chemicals. We don't have anything of value. Everything of value is locked away. Any kind of private information is locked in a private office under key, which they do not have access to. With that being said, we also have cameras. You can see one right here. We have several other cameras throughout the office, and we're getting notification alert if somebody comes into our office. We've never had an issue with anything related to equipment being stolen, information, client keys, which we actually don't keep anymore. We've been phasing client keys out. So our clients keep a lockbox. If they don't have a lockbox, we provide one for them, and we do charge them the $25 to send it to their house. And we have the access there. Some clients give us the access code to their garage and whatnot. We just don't want to have too much things where someone might forget a key and have to come back to the office to get a key. So we removed that entirely. Our team members take all their supplies home with them. They keep it with them. The only time they come to the office is when they need to top up their supplies. That's the only time, which is awesome because it reduces drive time. Their only drive is from their home to their first client and a second home and possibly a third home and then back home again. So they're not coming here every single day to get supplies and equipment. Do you use an office space or storage locker? I actually made a video on that, on how we actually expanded to another territory by using a storage locker method. And I'm just going to touch briefly on that. We do have a main office. I'm in here right now. It's about approximately 800 square feet. I actually think it's a waste right now because we've changed our method where we don't have people come in here as much. And we do have a heated storage unit. We wanted to move into a metro area, but I didn't want to purchase or rent our office space in that area because it's just so expensive. So what we did was we got a storage unit, a heated storage unit, and we put the bare essentials that we needed to be operational. So it's basically a fill station. So in the military, they call them FOBs, forward operating bases. It's what you need to be mission capable. So it's not everything. We don't have heavy equipment there. We just have all the chemicals and whatnot. In terms of purchasing supplies, most of our equipment we do purchase from Amazon.com. Sometimes we'll go to Costco for gloves because we find them cheaper at Costco. And the Costco is right next to our main office. So that never becomes a problem. With our supplies, our chemicals themselves, we make them at our office. So we make them using hydrogen peroxide. We use vinegar. So we try to keep it as green as possible in terms of that. How do you handle security access to your office, storage, and cleaning? I already answered that. Delivery people. So our equipment, when it's delivered to the front, and it's an office condo complex, and they only deliver during business hours. UPS is actually pretty good about that. So if someone's there, what you can do as well, if you're not always at your office, I'm not always at my office. Sometimes one of the office next door grabs it for me and they'll tell me, hey, Paul, you have something that came in. But you can also have it delivered to your home if you know you're not going to be there and just bring it to the office. That's a possibility. Trying to make sense of all this and massive undertaking. All right, so don't let any of this scare you away. I know it's very new, Marcus, and I know a lot of people are making the transition from independent contractors to employees. And I think it's a very important transition to make. My sister works for the IRS, and I can tell you she cracks down on companies that are not using their independent contractors correctly, where independent contractor might be categorized as an employee. So this is an awesome thing to do. You're gonna have so much, you're gonna have better control of quality overall, which is awesome. You can implement better training, and I think a company can grow such a bigger proportion by having employees. Yes, there are drawbacks in terms of taxes and whatnot, but for me, I think it's the way to go. I hope I answered all your questions. So how do you do it? That is how I do it, Marcus. And everyone out there that's looking to make the same transition or looking to start a company, period, a cleaning company, period, and you're looking for ways to do it, that's how we do it here. Take care, guys. Stay blessed.